"Would you like a maths challenge?" said the horse. "Yes, please," said the mole. "Well, we have a chessboard here. If we were to put 1 penny on the first square, and then we double that amount on the second square, and then we double that amount on the third square, and then we double that amount on the next square, and we kept doing that, doubling each time until we filled the whole board up, how much money would we have?" "I don't know," said the mole. "A lot." "Would you rather have all of those pennies or £1,000,000?" said the horse. "I'd rather have £1,000,000, said the mole, "or cake." Interesting," said the horse. So I wonder if you would have made the same choice as the mole, starting from the number 1 and then doubling it, doubling it, doubling it. Now let's check this with some calculation methods, because when we double, we are actually timesing by 2. So let's start with 1 penny. Let's put it in a column method, timesing it by 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Now let's put that number 2 at the top and times that by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So far, so easy. Let's put that number at the top and times that by 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Let's put that number at the top, times it by 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Let's put that number at the top, times it by 2. 2 6s are 12, carry the 1. 2 1s are 2, add that 1 to it. 32. Now we're getting into bigger numbers. I think we can do one more before we will need to check using the inverse. Let's put our 32 at the top, times that by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Now let's do some checking with the inverse. We've got our answer 64. I don't want us to make any mistakes here, so let's put that in the bus stop method and divide it by 2 and see if we get back to 32. So we look to see how many 2s are in 6. 2, 4, 6. We've got 3 groups. And we look to see how many groups of 2 are in 4. 2, 4. Got 2 groups. Good, so that answer was right. So now let's try doubling 64. Go back to our multiplication method. 64 times 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 6 is 12. But let's check that with our inverse. Let's put 128 in our bus stop and let's divide that by 2. 2 into 1 doesn't go. No groups. No groups of 2 in the number 1. But we carry that 1 because no number should be left behind. Now we've got 2s into 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 6 groups. 2s into 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. 4 groups. Number 64, which is what we started with. So we know this calculation is right. Now we're going to 128 multiplied by 2. because we had 128 in our last answer. So each time we're multiplying by 2 and each time we are checking with the inverse. Now it's really important to check with the inverse because you can see these numbers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. When they get pretty big, it is possible to make tiny mistakes, but because we're doubling each time, the minute you make one mistake, the next calculation is wrong, the next calculation is wrong, and so on. One tiny mistake is all it takes to really mess this challenge up. Every time you multiply by 2, I want you to check your answer with the inverse. Check you get back to the number you started with. If you didn't, you've made a mistake, and you need to stop right there. Right, let's see what numbers you can reach. I challenge you to go as far as you can, timesing by 2. And I wonder, at any point, will you decide that the mole has made the wrong choice? Have fun!